Hey, oh my goodness, I said Thursday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm off a few days. Listen, I'm hopping on here today to share something with you that happened to me yesterday that just compelled me to get on here and do a live video. Yesterday, I had the privilege of working, volunteering at my youngest son's school. And I don't know about some of you guys, hi John, hi Tony, but when you've got the youngest still under your roof, you just want to do as much as you can before they just sort of slip through your fingers. So I volunteer at his school, been doing that for actually a long time, even when my older two were there. But I love working at school. I actually volunteer at the school bookstore. And the bookstore is, it's used a lot by the kids, and that's my favorite because I used to be a teacher, so I love to talk shop with students and things like that. But one of my favorite things to do at this time of the year, second half of the school year, is to pull the seniors aside when they stop by, and I'll say something like, hey, what colleges are you looking at? What you got up your sleeve? Do you know where you're going next year? And I always try to do it in a way that they don't feel pressure, because I know this time of the year can be very pressure filled for many of them. But a lot of seniors already know what they're going to do. So, and if they don't, I still get the same look in their eyes, and this is what the video is about. I get a look that crosses over their eyes, and it's just a look of expectation. Many of them can't wait to leave high school. I remember that age. But you could just look in their eyes and they're looking like, I don't know what's out there, but I can't wait. So this is what led me to this video. And what it is it's just me hopping on here and giving you my opinions, total opinions. If you agree with any of them, give me a thumbs up. If you've got different ones, I'd love to hear about them. But I love to share things with my older two, and I'm sharing some of these with my younger one right now, but it's things that I would not do again. One of the saddest things that I think out there, again, my opinion, hi Nicole, hi Kristen, hi Lisa, one of the saddest things in my eyes is that regret. The mentality of would've, should've, could've. Life speeds by and we all have regret, right? I wish I hadn't done that, or I wish I had done that. So I like to talk to my kids and these seniors, if they let me, about what I would or wouldn't do. So I just came up with 8 of them. Hey Jen, you let me know if you have any on your own or if you agree. Now this could be from left field, but here goes. I remember, this is what I would not do. I would not spend years trying to impress people by being somebody I wasn't. Putting on a mask, if you will. Not being who I really, really was inside. Trying to just sort of meld into whatever they wanted me to be. Worrying about what other people thought. Just really trying to impress them with things that really weren't me. Can you relate? So what I would tell these seniors, and I tell my older two, is if you're going to try to impress anyone, then impress them with integrity. Impress them with philanthropy. Impress them with kindness. Impress them with love. Impress them with tenacity. But don't impress them with the fleeting things of this life. Your good looks, your whatever. So that's one thing that I would say. Don't try to impress anybody by wearing a mask that's not you. Number two is to really watch out who you hang out with. Hi, Tammy. Watch out who you're hanging with, especially watch out. I think sometimes it's really evident when you shouldn't hang out with a type of person, whether it's somebody who's just going down the wrong road and you know that their principles don't match up with yours. But I think the kind that can be a little gray is when we don't realize that some of the people that we are hanging out with are extremely negative. They're negative. And negativity can wear off on you, rub off on you. And before you know it, you sort of are negative. So watch out who you hang out with. Not only the ones that it's apparent that they're not up to any good, but also the ones that are just a little bit negative. We don't have time in our life for negativity. So remember that your friendships are really your choice. It's not an obligation. You're not obligation to be friends with anybody. You can be friendly, always be friendly, always be friendly. But you don't have to be a friend to everyone. And I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not telling you to, throw somebody under the bus, but I'm telling you to pick your friends wisely so that you're not hanging out with the negative ones. Number three, and this is me speaking to myself, is don't avoid change. Grasp growth. Always be looking for the next thing that you can grow in. Don't be afraid and so set in your ways that you don't want to experience growth. We grow the best in times of difficulty. So that's sort of an obvious one. I wish I had known that, because I sort of took the easy way out, the feel-good way out all the time. And I didn't grow. So number four is giving up when times get hard. As soon as it gets a little bit rough, people want to give up. And the best growth is the growth after we've messed up or we've failed a little bit. And it's so much easier to say that on this side of it than it is to go through it. But it's so true. And give me a thumbs up or a hands up if you've been there. If you look back on something that's happened in your life and it was a mess to go through, but you're better for it. Really, there's no such thing as a failure. Failure is sort of subjective. There's no such thing as a failure, but there is such a thing as results. So the results may not have been the results you wanted, so you consider it a failure. There goes my dogs. I stand to say that it's really results. It's results what you need to change, perhaps get better at, or tweak something, but it's really not a failure. So don't be afraid to fail. That's when you grow the most. That's when you live to tell about it, and you're like, I did it. So number five is don't sweat the small stuff. Don't try to have your hands in everything so that you control everything and micromanage everything. And I was so guilty of this. If there's one thing that having sons has taught me, and it was such a shock to me to have 3 sons. I thought I'd have a girl in there somewhere, but I am extremely grateful to the Lord that he knew exactly what he was doing when he gave me sons for so many reasons. But one of the reasons is that boys don't usually sweat the small stuff. There's not a lot of drama. They might get upset, they might get anxious, but usually it's over very quickly. And I think women especially, sometimes we want to control everything. So my advice to any seniors out there, the next generation, is to relax. Relax. Look at the big picture down, not at this part of it. So relax, and you don't always have to know exactly what's going to happen. That's where faith comes into. Just a little side note. Number 6 is settling. Can I tell you how many times I had the mindset, it went right along with me trying to impress people, but I'd settle. I'd settle for things and I knew it wasn't right. So I'm telling the next generation, don't settle. Be very, very picky. Be strong enough to say no. This relationship's not for me. This decision is not for me. This opportunity is not for me. So be strong enough to say no, but be patient enough and smart enough to be patient. I think I got that backwards, but I hope you know what I'm saying. So here's a little example that I was thinking about, and I don't even know if you'll relate, but you know, when I was growing up, we had like ice milk instead of ice cream. I don't even know if they make that anymore. I don't even know what it was, but I do remember it wasn't real ice cream, real vanilla ice cream. And, you know, I was happy. It was great. We had ice milk or whatever, but it was the day that I had my first scoop of ice cream, real vanilla ice cream, and I realized the difference. Like, what the heck was that stuff? Or even the artificial flavoring things that we buy. You know, you can tell it's not the right thing. So don't settle for anything that is not what you should. You are deserving and worthy of so much more. So I'm coming to the home stretch here. Number 7 is don't put things off until tomorrow. We're not guaranteed that tomorrow will even be a gift to us. Right, I'm so aware of that. The older you get, don't put things off for tomorrow. Don't let fear make you put things off for tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to wake up. So do things when you have an opportunity. Think about them, pray about them, but do things so you don't have to say, I would have, should have, could have. There's a saying that I saw just recently, and I just can't get it out of my mind, and it's just a stupid little, not stupid, but it's just a little bitty saying, and it just says something like, yesterday you said tomorrow. Yesterday you said tomorrow. So what that means is stop saying tomorrow. That was yesterday, so today you should do it. Okay, last one. Last point that I would say not to do would be to cruise through life on cruise control or float through life. Don't do it. Be intentional. The world doesn't need you, doesn't need me, but I'm sorry, the world doesn't owe you and it doesn't owe me anything. Doesn't owe us anything, but we owe the world a lot. We need to bring value to our world. We need to find our niche, what we're good at, what we're gifted with on purpose, and use it to fill a niche. So be intentional. Don't cruise through life. Take responsibility. You owe the world. The world doesn't owe you. I owe the world. You owe the world. So bring value to it. So stop cruising along. Have fun in college, seniors. Enjoy it. It's one little sliver of your future, but don't cruise through it either. Be intentional. Okay, that's it. That's my 8 things that Lynn would tell my younger self. If you got any value out of this video, if you know a senior, if you know somebody coming up on the doorstep of leaving your house, maybe this is something they need to listen to. I don't know, but if you do know anybody, pass it on, please. I'm all about paying it forward. I actually got things like this from things I've read, listened to, experienced. So pay it forward as well. You can go visit my website, lynnschrader.com, if you want to see any more blogs or vlogs that I've done. And if you, by chance, want to talk more, private message me. I'd love to talk some more. That's one of my things that I am determined not to cruise through life. I know that one of my gifts and talents is to and I'm saying this humbly, so hear me out, is to speak life into other people and to edify, and that's what I'd love to do if you need to listen to somebody or hear someone listen to you. So that's it, everyone. Happy Tuesday. There you go. I didn't say Thursday like I started out. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will enjoy the rest of my coffee. Bye.